Hi, welcome to Nomis Academy. In this video, I'll be teaching you differentiation of trigonometric. Record the following identity: sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, sec theta, cosec theta, cot theta, and the rest of them. Remember, this identity are trigonometry identity. Now, when it comes to differentiation, we want to differentiate these identities. So when we get involved in differentiation of trigonometric identities, we'll be using some parameters or some identities as well that we should always put at heart. So to put at heart the following derivatives of the following, we need to memorize, learn, and understand the following parameters. You see, if y is equal to sine x, the y dx is equals to cos x. So if I differentiate y, which is sine x, it will give me cos x. So take it into the memory that when you differentiate sine, it gives you cos. Sine x gives you cos x. Secondly, we have y equals to cos x. When y is equal to cos x, the y dx is equals to minus sine x. Minus sine x. So when you differentiate cos x, you have minus sine x. Related to the first one, if you differentiate sine x, you will have positive cos x. But if you differentiate cos x, the same positive cos x, you are going to have a negative sine x. So that's minus sine x. So differentiate sine x, you have cos x. Differentiate cos x, you have minus sine x. Now the third one, tan x. When you differentiate tan x, you have sec square x. Sec squared x. So when you differentiate tan x, you will have sec squared x. When you differentiate sec x, you will have sec x multiplied by tan x. Relate them together. When you differentiate tan x, you have sec squared x, and if you differentiate just sec x, you will have sec x multiplied by tan x. You need to keep this at that too. So you can see the first one is related to the second. Now the third is related to the fourth. That will help you to keep them in your memory. So the third identity that we have here is that when you differentiate tan x, you will have squared of sec x, right? Sec squared x. Now, if you differentiate sec x, just sec x, you will get sec x multiplied by tan x. So you must have this in the back of your mind, or at the front where you will not forget. And the fifth one says cosec x. If you differentiate cosec x, you will have the same cosec x multiplying cot x. If you differentiate cosec x, you will have the same cosec x multiplying cot x. So related to the fourth one, or the sixth one, which is cot x, part of the answer you get from the previous one. So cot x, now if I differentiate cot x, what do I have? I will have minus the negative value of cosec squared x. Cosec squared x. cosec squared x. So you have cot x. If you differentiate cot x, you have minus cosec squared x. If you differentiate cosec x, you will have cosec x multiplying cot x. If you differentiate sec x, you will have sec x multiplying tan x. If you differentiate tan x, you will have sec squared x. If you differentiate cos x, you will have minus sin x. And if you differentiate sin x, you will have cos x. So I believe you have grabbed that in your memory. Let's continue. On a table, we can now tell that if y is sine x, the derivative is cos x. If y is cos x, the derivative is minus sine x. If y is tan x, the derivative is sec squared x. If y is sec x, the derivative is sec x multiplying tan x. Now, if y is cosec x, the derivative is cosec x multiplied by cot x. If y is cot x, the derivative is minus cosec squared x. Picture this and save it in your memory. Now, I also want you to put it at the back of your mind that 1 all over sine x is equals to cosec x. Remember this. If you haven't watched our previous videos on trigonometry identities, I'll ask you to go and watch them to learn more. So we call that 1 all over sine x is equal to cosec x. 1 all over cos x is equal to sec x. 1 all over tan x is equal to cot x. So remember this identity. This will help us, or will help you to also learn why we are trying to figure out some derivatives that are related to trigonometry, in the sense that 1 over sine x, which could be cosec x, is equal to cosec x multiplied by tan x. Remember that 1 over sine x is equal to cosec x. So if I'm given 1 over sine x to find the derivative, so I should not be thinking of 1 all over, because the 1 also must be differentiated. However, the 1 is not standing on its own. It's this 1 all over sine x, which means inverse of x, right? So inverse of sine x is equal to cosec x. So for me to find the derivative of cosec x, then that is cosec x multiplied by tan x. The same thing is applicable to 1 all over tan x. So for the fact that 1 over tan x is equal to cot x, then the derivative of 1 over tan x is equal to minus cosec squared x. Now, what is the derivative of 1 all over cos x? Since 1 over cos x is sec x, that means the derivative of 1 over cos x is equal to sec x multiplied by tan x. So put all of these parameters into your memory and at the front of your heart, that you will not have to forget, so that as we journey through some exercises in differentiation of trigonometry, you will get to understand how to use these identities and the derivatives and put them in place and applications. I hope you understood everything we did in this video. Bye bye. See you in the next